Well, Samsung is continuing its quest to make a phone available in every single size, but is the Galaxy Mega 5.8 worth a look? Find out in our review. Hey everybody, I'm Chris Wook. Now, size-wise, the Galaxy Mega 5.8 is sandwiched in between the Note 2 and the Mega 6.3, but its specs are decidedly lower. How much lower? Well, let's take a look. The Galaxy Mega 5.8 gets its name from its 5.8-inch QHD display. Inside, we're looking at a 1.4 GHz dual-core Broadcom CPU, 1.5 gigs of RAM, and 8 gigs of internal storage, expandable via microSD. The primary rear-facing camera is 8 megapixels and capable of 1080p video capture, while the front-facing camera is 1.9 megapixels. Providing the power, we're looking at a 2,600 mAh battery. The model we're reviewing is the Duos model, which has slots for 2 SIMs, but otherwise it's identical to the single SIM model. The design of the Mega 5.8 is similar to its big brother, the 6.3, except it's, well, smaller. Not too small though, as it's still noticeably larger than the venerable Galaxy Note 2. Like pretty much any other modern Galaxy model, the general setup and button layout are the same. Power button on the right, volume rocker on the left, headphone jack on top, and USB port on the bottom. Even with the one-handed operation options, this is still a tricky device to use with one hand. Generally, you'll want to stick with two. While we weren't happy that the Mega 6.3 only had a 720p display, the QHD resolution of 960 by 540 on the 5.8 is even less promising, providing a pixel density of just 190 pixels per inch. Luckily, things do look fairly good for the most part. Pixelation and lack of sharpness are definitely apparent if you look closely, but most of the time you'll be holding the Mega 5.8 far away enough that it shouldn't matter. As this is a TFT display, colors are well represented without being overly saturated, though some buyers might be disappointed that this isn't one of Samsung's Super AMOLED displays. The screen is generally pretty bright, though its glossy surface does make it somewhat hard to see in bright sunlight. We usually don't see Broadcom CPUs in Samsung devices, so we were interested to see how the Mega 5.8 would hold up in benchmarks. As usual, we started with Antutu benchmark. We run the test 10 times, and while sometimes scores are nearly identical every time, this time they varied quite a bit. We saw scores ranging from the high 7,000s to the low 10,000s. Our final average score was 9,419. Next, we turned to Epic Citadel. The ultra-high quality setting wasn't available, so first we tried high quality mode, reaching an average frame rate of 56.1 frames per second. High performance mode barely made a difference with an average frame rate of 56.7 frames per second. The hardware is powerful enough to keep the UI responsive and apps running smoothly, but you might want to look elsewhere if you're planning on heavy gaming. The Galaxy Mega 5.8 runs Android 4.2.2 with the latest version of Samsung's TouchWiz UI. Like the Mega 6.3, the 5.8 includes a landscape or tablet mode. Though you probably won't want to use this for simple things like making a call, if you're using the device for entertainment, it's definitely handy. Since no carrier had got their hands on our review unit, there was thankfully very little bloatware included. Samsung has its usual suite of apps included: S-Memo, S-Planner, S-Translator, S-Voice, and its own app store, but even apps we usually see like Flipboard aren't included, which is nice given the smaller amount of internal storage. The Mega 5.8 has an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera just like the 6.3. Like that phone, photos are pretty much what you would expect from a mid-range device. The camera UI includes quite a few shooting modes like Auto, Beauty Face, Best Photo, Continuous Shot, Best Face, Sound and Shot, Panorama, and Sports. I took my test photos in Auto mode with everything set to default except the resolution, which I set to max. Colors are well represented, though just like the 6.3, I thought that photos could have been a little sharper. The 1080p video capture is solid, and colors are as vivid here as they are with still photos. My only real disappointment with the video is that no fun options like slow or fast motion are included, though that really shouldn't be a surprise since they weren't available on the Mega 6.3 either. The 2,600 mAh battery and relatively modest hardware mean that you can expect a good deal of battery life out of the Mega 5.8. After 16 hours of benchmarking, testing, and downloading a few apps, the battery still had 68% capacity, although the screen brightness was set fairly low, and no SIMs were installed. Even with fairly heavy use, the Mega 5.8 should hold up to a full day no matter how long we're talking. If you find yourself running out of juice, a power saving mode is available in settings. The Galaxy Mega 5.8 is one of those phones where it's kind of hard to figure out who it's for. Now, if you want a big phone with mid-range specs, the Galaxy Mega 6.3 is the better choice, and it can be found for about the same price, which is around $550 right now. Now, the Note 2 is similar in size and better in pretty much every way. If you need dual SIMs, however, the Galaxy Mega 5.8 isn't a bad choice. If you want to know more, we have a written companion to this video at AndroidAuthority.com. You can find the link in the description. Make sure to stay tuned to Android Authority for more reviews, news, Q&A, giveaways, and more. I'm Chris Wook, and as always, thanks for watching.